Hello everyone, it's Austin and we are back with another episode of my $10 PlayStation Collection series. We started off with a $10 bill. We went to thrift stores, pawn shops, game stores, anywhere that you could find items that you could possibly flip, and then we used that flip profit to purchase PlayStation games and built a huge collection. This has been a crazy series because we already got this much and we're like not even at episode 10 yet. We did also create a goal and objective of collecting some exclusive game series that were on the PlayStation consoles. I don't really have much to talk about to start off this episode. It's just that game hunting has been super good, especially in 2026. You can definitely still go out and find some great game deals. Without further ado though, let's just jump into our collection and see what we sold. Back at our game showcase, and we just made 3 small sales. The first item is going to be this NBA 2K14. We actually sold this. We sold this one for like $10, and we got it pretty much for free at a thrift store. I didn't really know what to do with this, but you know, even to make like $2 or $3 on this, I didn't mind. Next, we got a loose game back here, and it's gonna be this FIFA 15 for the Wii. And this one sold for $15. Picked it up for maybe $2 or $3 at a pawn shop. And then the last item is going to be this Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 on the Xbox One. And this one sold for $18.50. Go ahead and get these 3 items packaged and shipped. After eBay fees and shipping, this is how much we'll get to add back to the game fund. We decided to check out a Sabres store this week, and they got some games up here on this shelf. A lot of just shovelware titles, and these games have probably been sitting up here for a while. The only interesting thing I saw was this Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004 on GameCube. It's actually in really good condition. They just have it marked at $9, so that might be a little too high for me. It contains both the discs and a manual. I'm seeing, all sorts of games, PS2, Xbox 360, the Sealed Assassin's Creed Syndicate game for $9. I think I'm going to end up passing up on all this stuff. Nothing really worth grabbing. Over on this shelf, got a bunch of Blu-rays. I always like to look at Blu-rays when I come to these thrift stores because some of these do hold some value. You got some Twilight movies, X-Men. They have like a bunch of Mad Men TV series on Blu-ray, but I think these just don't hold as much value. They've got like all the seasons pretty much, but they also have them marked at $6. Along with these Big Bang Theories, they're all like $6 a piece too. So yeah, I feel like this show has been around for a very long time now. The one thing I did find was this 300 Steelbook. I don't think this holds too much value, but it's a really cool one, and I think I'm just gonna pick it up. It is 25% off Thursday, so we'll get like $1 off. I think I saw this one. This one's sealed, Rise of an Empire. I think I saw this one in theaters. Go check this out, Samurai Jack on DVD. Decided to make a quick stop at this thrift store called MyThriftStores. Not the most creative name for a store, but just scanning through the media section right now, and we do have some stuff I might be interested in. Got some Blu-rays right here, Wonder Woman, and this DJ Hero. They've got these color tags and sales going on every week, but I think the pink tag isn't really on sale right now. We got some PlayStation 3 games, Borderlands, for $4.29, not the cheapest, but
pretty good condition. And then we also have this Soul Calibur 4 for $4.29 as well. This one's awesome because it's got Darth Vader in there. The Xbox version had Yoda. I didn't play a lot of Soul Calibur, but this one's in really clean condition. Could possibly grab this one at this stop. It's complete with the manual, really clean. Other than that, I really didn't see too much. We'll keep digging around though, see if I can find anything. So they have this bully. This would have been a really nice pickup, but unfortunately, missing the game and the manual. I also did find this Greatest Stars of the 90s. These are always super cool, but don't really hold too much value. Moving on over here, and I am seeing some more stuff. We got this Hitman Trilogy on the PC, and I really don't know too much about PC games and values, but it comes with like Blood Money, Hitman 2, and Contracts, along with this bonus Kane and Lynch disc. I did open this up, and it appears to have all of the discs in there already, and it's got like a manuals and everything, really clean. There's like 5 discs in here too. So checked on eBay, and this is going for around like, I don't know, 10 to 15, around 15 bucks I'd say. So this one could be one to pick up here as well for $2.29. Not bad. This is a pretty big store. A lot of aisles and a bunch of toys over here. A bunch of plushies. I didn't really see anything too special. Got a little Godzilla figure right here. But I'll just keep browsing around, maybe show you guys. They've got bags full of items as well. Just walked into this aisle next, and they got some school supplies and calculators up here. What is this? Looks like a little card game. But over here I did spot one that looks very interesting. I had never seen one of these calculators before, but apparently it's a TI-84 Plus CE, whatever that means, and they've got it marked at $10.49. Didn't think this held any value, but it looks pretty new, like a new model or something like that. I did scan it up, and yeah, a working one does go for around like 50 to 60. So that's actually real crazy. Maybe it just needs batteries replaced. This is a very slim calculator, so, or maybe just needs to be recharged. Huh. Okay. Alright, so I did decide to pick up one of these charging cords too for the calculator. Was able to plug it in, and it did light up. So I'm not sure if this uses like a rechargeable battery or just regular AAA batteries, but we're going to be looking at $20.65 for this stop. Here at the game showcase, we just got 2 more sales, and the first game is going to be this Infinite Warfare on the PS4. This one ended up selling for $26. And then the second item is also going to be a steelbook, this Final Fantasy 12 Collector's Edition. We sold this one for $17.50. Definitely would have kept this one in my collection, but I already picked it up so many times in the past, and I already have it in my personal. 2 more sales. The first one's going to be a Blu-ray, this Akira 4K. And we managed to sell this one for $18.50. Picked it up for around $4 or $5 at a pawn shop. And then the next item we sold is just this Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt, one of my favorites, complete edition, so it does include all of the DLC. And this one sold for $16.50. Picked it up for around $1 to $2 at a pawn shop. Let's get these 2 packaged and shipped after eBay fees and shipping. This is how much we'll get to add back to the game fund. We're checking out another Savers store, and I'm starting off in the Blu-ray section. I tend to find a good amount of Blu-rays and some good value ones up here, like this Dark Knight Trilogy sealed. They had it priced a little higher though, at $9.99, but it was 25% off Thursday. Comes with all 3 movies and some kind of a booklet. So we'll hang on to that. And then I found this Star Wars trilogy as well. This is the original trilogy, and this one just doesn't hold as much value, so I passed on it. And then found a sealed Jack Hunter movie, which I had never seen before. Scanned it up, and it does go for around like $15, so we'll hang on to that. We got 2 movies so far. And then checking out this glass case, you had some of the higher end stuff and a bunch of NES games, which looked really interesting. But after looking at it some more, these were priced really high. And they weren't really the most valuable games as well. You did have this Mario 2 here, but again, for around like $20-ish, just not worth picking up. And then I found some controllers as well. They tend to have some in these cases, and they have them priced up a little higher. I just thought this white Xbox One controller looked pretty neat. Seemed to be in decent condition as well. But we just had a very quick visit at this stop, and checking out the game section, had a couple of games, this dancing game along with some PlayStation 4 games here. They're all marked pretty high too, around $8 to $9. Saw this Warhawk game, which I could have picked up, but again, probably not worth it. Wasn't really too interested in it either, but it was in excellent condition. And then down here, just a bunch of shovelware games. But like I always say, guys, check these cases, these Wii Fits especially. Inside this was a Wii Sports disc only and seemed to be in really good condition. The game values for around like 30 to 35 bucks now, so decided to just pick this one up. There it goes. So we're looking at $16.57 for this one. To finish off our week, we're checking out this Pawnworks store, and they have a rack for buy one get one free for $5 games. So we'll be getting these for around $2 to $3 a piece. Very few PlayStation 4 games, but the Xbox One section was a little bit bigger. I don't think I found anything too interesting in this section though, but just gonna show you guys. Really cheap games again, if you're getting them for around $2 to $3. I found this Nickelodeon kart racer game, which pretty common one, along with Ark. But at the end I found South Park Fractured But Whole. Could be one to possibly grab, just to add to the collection, I guess. Let's take a peek at the PlayStation 3 section now, and they had a good amount of games, a lot of shovelware titles. Didn't really spot anything in this top row, but down here there was one game. This Narnia Prince Caspian game. Could just be a fun one to add to the collection. I haven't seen a Narnia movie in so long, I feel like, and I haven't played this game at all. Next we got the Xbox 360 section, and I found a World Tour. Definitely a good one to pick up for around $2 to $3. I think it values for around 15. I don't think I saw anything else here though. And then in the PlayStation 2 section, there was a good amount of games here as well. The first thing I saw was this Star Wars Episode 3. Figured I'd just pick this one up as well, add it to the collection. And then I found this Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban. This one was missing a manual, unfortunately, so we'll debate on picking this one up or not. They had a giant glass case full of the higher end games, and these were marked at around price charting value, which honestly isn't too bad nowadays if you can find games at their market price. They had a Steelbook of Ni no Kuni here. I just kind of glanced over a lot of this stuff. I didn't grab too much in these sections though. They did have some PlayStation 2 games, and I did grab some here. I do see some from our whiteboard that we will be needing to grab. For example, Jack and Daxter 1 and 2, 15 and 12. Are those good prices? I'm not sure, but we're gonna try to strike a deal. I also spotted Mortal Kombat Armageddon and Deception down here for 15 a piece. I'm gonna see if I can get these for around $10. They do tend to give some deals at this location. Could you do 10 a piece?
So what's the total?
Yeah, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55. Okay, cool. Alright, thanks.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
We have now made our way back to the game room. Let's go over all our pickups. Let's go over the pickups that we got from Savers first. We actually found an Xbox 360 controller for around $7 and 25% off, so around $5 to $6. And this one was in decent condition. Actually, now I'm seeing there are some like chips on the analog stick, so we'll definitely have to set up the Xbox 360 and test some of these controllers out. I actually have like 3 of them now in my collection, so haven't really had time to do too much testing. Then we got this Wii Fit, and inside was actually a copy of Wii Sports. And this game still values for around like $30 to $35, even loose. We picked it up for around $6, not the greatest. But we also did find some items that we could flip, like this Jack Hunter and the Star of Heaven on Blu-ray, sealed, and we got it for $3. One of the cooler finds is actually this Dark Knight trilogy, one of my favorite movie trilogies. Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises. Sealed. I actually have like a bigger box collection on Blu-ray already, but yeah, this one's pretty nice. Values for around like 20 to 30. And then lastly, we got 300, the Steelbook version. I actually haven't seen the first movie all the way through. I've always seen like clips and things like that. But I have seen the second movie, and yeah, really nice one. We then went to another random thrift store, and we actually didn't pick up too much for this week, which is pretty good. We got a calculator right here, this TI-84 Plus CE. I guess this is one of the newer calculators. We also purchased this USB power cord as well for this. Apparently this just has an internal battery, and it does work. It does hold a charge. That's what I was most scared about. But yeah, everything seems to be working fine. So we'll be able to get a good chunk of change back for this. And then just found 2 games. We got Soul Calibur 4 for the PlayStation 3 for around $4 as well. Not the greatest. Doesn't really hold too much value, but still a really nice one having the collection. And then we got this Hitman Trilogy on the PC, and this one was really cheap, $2.29 for it. And then lastly, we went to a pawn shop called Pawnworks, where they always have some great deals, especially like a buy one get one free for $5 games. And we also picked up this Xbox 360 controller for $5. Not in the greatest condition as I'm seeing again, but still really cheap. And then for the games that we got for around $2 to $3 a piece, we picked up this Narnia game, Prince Caspian, one that I don't see too often, and I don't remember watching this movie. I love The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I also do really like the world of Narnia, and so having a game where you can actually play and roam around would be great. I'm not sure how this game plays though, but yeah, it looks decent. And then we got Harry Potter, Prisoner of Azkaban, missing a manual unfortunately. I have not played a lot of the Harry Potter games in this era. I know a lot of them play really different, especially on different platforms and consoles. I remember this movie being a lot darker than the first 2, and also includes 1 movie theater ticket inside. Then we got Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith on PlayStation 2. Heard some great things about this one. I would assume it just follows the events that happened in the movie. We managed to find a Guitar Hero World Tour on Xbox 360, and for $2 to $3, definitely worth it. I think it still values for around like 15 to 20. Then we got some heavy hitter games that we picked up for about $10 a piece. First one we're gonna go over is Mortal Kombat Deception. And this was regarded as one of the best Mortal Kombat games. It's got that classic fighting style, along with a couple of mini games like the Conquest Adventure, where you can roam around in third-person view, and then also some kind of chess combat mini game, along with a puzzle like Dr. Mario Tetris game as well. Then we got Mortal Kombat Armageddon, which is also an excellent Mortal Kombat game. I feel like the PlayStation 2 era had probably the best Mortal Kombat games because they added these weird little mini games like some kind of Mortal Kombat kart racing. We just don't see that anymore in the games. And this game actually brought back pretty much all the old characters. It had a huge roster of players and characters that you can play as. Lastly, we picked up Jak and Daxter 1 on the PlayStation 2, and this is one of the greatest 3D platforming collectathon games developed by Naughty Dog on the PlayStation 2. Haven't had a chance to play it yet, but a lot of people relate it to the Banjo-Kazooie games, which I absolutely love. Pretty much being able to roam around in an open level or world and just go through collecting, doing little quests for all the characters in the games. We'll for sure have to make some time to check this one out. Along with Jak and Daxter 2. And this one wasn't really as popular as the first one, I'd say. It's a lot darker in terms of color palette and tone. The worlds were just, a lot more gray and dark. But it pretty much continued off of the first game and added a couple new things, some actual guns and weapons you can use, along with like hover vehicles that really didn't control too well. And that's pretty much all we got. I believe we only got 2 games that we can tally for Jak and Daxter on our whiteboard. So we're slowly moving along with these games and just finding them little by little each week. I had a fun week going out to all the thrift stores and still being able to find games to add to our collection along with items that we could easily flip to build up that game fund. That's all I got for this week though. Thank you guys all for tuning in and I'll see you all on the next one.